What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Vibrant, and this is the Vibrant Truth. Now, everyone sees the little thingy at the bottom and all that. Streaming from a different computer today. Don't know what's wrong with my streaming computer, but yeah. Um, yeah. So, Vanity. Is vanity that important? Before we get into today's show, we're gonna do a few shout outs, a few recognition. If you noticed the logo right there, see that logo? That's the Sundown City logo. That's all of my that's my GTA roleplay. Shout out to them. Great community. I actually believe if I let me see. Let me see. I think it's that. No, it's not that. I forgot what it is. But yeah, it's something. Yo, Redbeard, what's going on? So Vanity, quick shout out to you see Truth Seekers podcast coming soon. Um, Vanity. I don't understand how and why people made vanity so important in today's society. Just here, spitting facts like I always do. You know how I do. Society has made vanity so important lately as to where now you're starting to see all these people care about surface issues. People caring about how their makeup is, how their hair is. Oh, I got pimples in my face. I got two pimples right now, see? Yeah. But anyways, um what I really don't get is simply this. Yes, it is. It isn't it blackout? I love it. I love it. Love it. So here's what I don't get, right? You're comfortable in your own skin. You like who you are. You like who you've become. And then all of a sudden, your social status change. You get out of a relationship. You get into a relationship. You meet somebody. And that person says, you know, I think you'll look better with makeup on. I think you'll look better with your hair like this. I think you'll look better dressing like this. I think you'll look better wearing these type of shoes. And guess what? They always end up doing it. But yet, when a person, Walmart does not like YouTube, so I switched to over here. Walmart doesn't like you, huh? Hmm, okay. So let me get more in depth about what I'm talking about. So, and it's not just females; it's males too, but it's mostly females. Okay, so a female has this guy that likes her and appreciates her for who she is and what she is. Then she meets this other guy that says, "Hey, maybe you should dress like this. Maybe you should do your hair like this. Maybe you should wear these type of shoes. Maybe you should do your makeup like this. Maybe you should wear more makeup. Maybe you should wear less makeup." Okay, cool. And then she starts doing this. So now she has a whole new routine, a whole new regimen that she has to do just to please this person. Like, is that person really into you for you, or into you for the purposes of vanity? People don't realize that people subtly try to change them just by making simple, what seems to be harmless suggestions. And I mean, to each his own. Everyone has their opinion, right? I'm not saying I'm not saying not to have an opinion. I'm not saying not to give an opinion, but at the same time, when you purposely look at a person and say you should dress like this, or you're walking down the street with your partner and an attractive person to you walks by, why can't you look like them? Why can't you dress like them? How come you can't look like that? That intentionally becomes what I like to call, it borders verbal, it borders emotional abuse, but that's a form of verbal abuse, right? Because you're sitting here tearing a person that you claim you love down because of the way someone else looks, or because of the way you want someone to look in your example or in your mind. If that person's not who you wanted them to be when you met them, then you should have never got with them. You should have never given them the time of day. You should have never, ever, ever went down that road. Now, it's perfectly fine to be friends. 100% perfectly fine to be friends. But at the same time, if you enter a relationship with someone and they are the way they are when you enter that relationship, then you yourself have no right to say, you have no right to tell a person, you should look like this, you should look like that. You want to know why? Because, oh my goodness. Give me 1 second, guys. Work never ends. Sorry about that, guys. Know how it is when you're at work and you're a boss. So, yeah. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, if you want to change how someone looks, dresses, act, whatever it may be, like you want to change a person's appearance or a person's mindset, then you're not really for that person, right? You're just with them because you think they can. Why me? One second. All right. Hopefully there won't be no more interruptions. Now, and what really gets to me is that more and more females are accepting this, right? So they're accepting the fact that they're with these guys that want to change them. And it's like, what the hell does they want? Oh, the phone calls? That's just workplace drama, you know. Um, Apparently the GM's not willing to pick up extra time. The workers are upset about it, so they call the assistant manager. And yeah, there's really nothing I could do about it because I'm just the assistant manager. But yeah. So I'm starting to see a lot more of these females are accepting the fact that they have to do all this stuff for men to keep them interested, but yet the man that likes them for them, that doesn't want them to change or dress a certain way or do a certain thing or act a certain way, they get friend zoned or they get the boot or they get looked over, which is fine. It's totally fine. But really ask yourself this question: who are you really making happy? The person you're with or yourself? You can't have a successful relationship if only one person's happy in it, right? You can't have a successful relationship if only one person's making all the compromises, if only one person is making all the sacrifices. So I mean, eventually it's gonna wear that person down. The same thing for men, right? You know, you get these men that get these women that is out of their league, right? And they say you should lose weight, you should do this, you should get that, and they do it. They bust their ass to lose the weight. They bust their ass to look a certain way. They bust their ass to be the perfect image of the female they're with, right? And then guess what? Once they do all that and the female gets bored, guess what happens next? The female moves on to the next project or the next person that she could prey on. So is it really bad being by yourself until you find someone that accepts you for you? That's not going to say you should change who you are or what you look like or how you dress or how you wear your hair. I think being with someone who doesn't appreciate you is a bigger punishment than being single, honestly. And by the way, how does the audio sound? Because I'm not using the same computer that I usually use. I'm using a different computer. So, does audio sound better, worse, same? I don't know. Sounds fucking weird to me, but whatever. And yeah. So my thing about everything is simply this, right? You can't change everybody all the time. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. So basically, everyone most of the time is just settling for each other, right? Because you're settling for the fact that you how can I put this? You're settling for the fact that you're with someone that doesn't appreciate or accept you for who you are. So you're trying to be in your partner's image the best you can be. Why? I think I'm probably just going to end up ending this podcast and try again later. Hold on. That was off the streaming PC. I don't know what's going on with my streaming PC, but for some reason with StreamYard, the mic's not picking up. So I'm using my gaming PC to do this podcast because I put a post out about it. So I just said I'll use my gaming PC to do this podcast, and I'll figure out the rest for the future. But that's probably why it sounded better because or whatever. But I'm running straight through the XLR right now. Hold on for a second. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So that's the other setting I have. I don't know if that made it better or worse, but that's the other one that I have. Um, yeah. So, like I was saying, if you can't be with a person for them, then you shouldn't be with that person. That's better, a lot better. Pretty cool. All right, so now I know which setting to use. But yeah, like I was saying, you can't be with someone and expect them to change just for you. They gotta want that change. They gotta they gotta feel the change within them. You can't make someone want to change. And I feel like that's what a lot of females dive into nowadays. The men that tell them, hey, look like this, look like that, do this and do that. I feel like that's what women gravitate towards nowadays. And it's mind boggling to me that the guys that accept you fully for what you are, who you are, how you look, how you dress, how you think, how you wear your hair, nothing. Just nothing. And it fucking sucks sometimes. It does. Yes. I don't know who that is. Eh, it sucks. But what are you gonna do, right? You can't really sit here and say, um, you need to change the type of people you go for. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna see the error of their ways until they're ready to see it. They're not gonna realize that everyone's not perfect and that the person that they probably should give a chance to and be better off with makes mistakes and do things. Everyone's gonna do something that you don't like, but it's all about how you handle that, right? It's all about how you. Mm, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's all about how you perceive. It's all about how you perceive, right? And like basically, how I feel is simply this, right? If you can find a person, I'm going to say a person because this goes for men and women. If you can find a person, I think it's more or less the conceited nature of a person. Yeah, that's true. The conceited nature of the person that's trying to change the person, but the person that's doing all the changing for the conceited natured person, they're not conceited natured. I feel like they're just looking for acceptance from anyone, and like they're happy at the fact that they're with the first person that accepts them for them. But yet, when they get with this other person or they start dealing with this other person, they're happy that this person, they think this person is trying to build them up by saying, do this, do that, do this. And by them doing that, they're now garnering attention from other people because they're dressing like this and they're dressing like that and they're dressing like this. In the back of their mind, he's saying, well, this person told me to do this. This person told me to do that. This person told me to wear this. This person told me to put my makeup like this. And now they're getting all this attention from other people. In the back of their mind, they're like, well, that guy then built me up, but this guy's building me up, and I'm getting all this attention from other guys. Me personally, that's not building a female up. That's subliminally tearing her down because you got her thinking you're doing it for her, or you're doing it for her self confidence, or you're doing it for her self esteem. Meanwhile, you're just trying to make her in your image. So basically, if she gets tired of waking up an extra hour early in the morning to do her hair, to do her makeup, to pick out her outfits, and she goes back to being or dressing how she used to dress, then you're not going to want to be bothered with her. I feel like if you have a damn near force someone to change their appearance or their behavior, of course, outside of normal reasons, you have issues that you're trying to cover up by forcing others to do what you can't, if that makes sense. What I'm saying is you're conceited in your insecurities. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So basically you're insecure within your ability to attract the woman you want to attract. So the woman that is attracted to you, you try to make that woman in your image of the woman you want to be attracted to you, which is 100% not right at all. 100% not right at all. And I feel like that's what happens a lot of the times. And it's mostly with females that's just coming out of marriages or just coming out of relationships or that's just on the rebound. You know, a guy takes them to a nice place or they dress up nice and they get all this attention and they're like, well, I didn't get this appreciated with my boyfriend or with my husband. The thing about it is it's very easy to appreciate vanity. It's very easy to appreciate how someone looks. It's very easy to appreciate how someone fits in a dress or how someone fits in jeans or how someone wears their makeups. Most of the time, women don't care about looks. They just want to do who's funny and got some fluff on them. Ha! Well, yeah, that's 99% accurate. Yep, 100%. And it's like I say in my other videos. It's like we're reversing roles because like back in the day, that's all men cared about, right? Was how a woman looked, how big her butt was, if she had a big chest, things like that. But now it seems like it's like leveling out, right? It's like you got women's that care about how big a man's package is, or if he's muscular, or if he has money, or what kind of car he drives, what kind of work he does for a living, right? And then you still have some men that cares about the big butts, the big breasts, and the tight jeans and all that stuff. My thing about it is looks fade, right? You can look beautiful for the next 10 years you're with a person, but as you get older, your looks start to change. One thing that don't change is your personality, right? I mean, yeah, you have some off days, you have some abnormal days, you have some weird days, but at the same time, your personality never changes. If that's your real personality, you're showing that person, right? So why would you go out and look for someone that looks fire or banging or whatever you want to describe it for the moment, and then later on, you're gonna sit here and say, "Fuck, what was I thinking? She didn't age well. He didn't age well. His muscles all saggy. His balls droopy. Like I just don't. I'm just not attracted to him as I was when I first met him." Well, because you wasn't attracted to them, you was attracted to their looks. You was attracted to how they dressed. You was attracted to what they drove. You was attracted to the job they had at the time. You wasn't attracted to them. And I mean, in this day and age, it's really fucking hard to believe that someone's really attracted to the person and not what the person has or how the person looks. Why? Because people will say, I want you for you, nothing else. And then as soon as that one thing that they're attracted to changes, then feelings change. Attraction to materials with hers like the materials themselves. Yep, that's true. The second that one thing that person's attracted to you for diminishes or leaves, they're gone. That switch flips. I don't love you anymore. I don't feel the same I used to feel. Things just changed. We grew apart. No, 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 no. We didn't grow apart. We was never together. You liked what I can do for you. You liked how I looked. You liked the things that came with being in a relationship with me. You like the money I spent on you. You like the places I took you. You like the cars that you rode in. You like the fact that I threw down a credit card and said, spend whatever you want. Money's not an object. That's what you liked. Then once all that left, so did your feelings. Was those really feelings? No. People confuse feelings with infatuation a lot. And yeah, I can agree infatuation mimics feelings almost to the T. But at the same time, there's one tell between feelings and infatuation, right? When you're infatuated with somebody, yeah, you think you have feelings for them, but it's very easy for someone else to get your attention. Very easy. When you have feelings and no one else can get your attention. No matter how hard they try, your attention and your focus will be on that person that you're talking to or that person that you're with. Why? Because you cannot see yourself with anyone else. You cannot see yourself without that person. That's how you know there's feelings there, right? So people say, oh, well, I love you, but he did this or she did that, and it's easy with him, it's easy with her. No, you don't care. You are infatuated. Because the bottom line is simply this: if I love someone or if I care about someone and someone's trying to get my attention, guess what? It won't work because all I'm focusing on, all my tunnel vision is on that person that I'm with. The old saying, it takes two to tango, that's true. Because a person can throw whatever they want to throw in your face, passes, flirt, touch, do whatever they need to do. If you're really in love and have feelings for the person that you're with, nothing they do will phase you. Nothing they do would make you wonder. Nothing they do would make you steer away from your relationship, right? So it's like I hear these stories about people and they say, yeah, well, it just happened. We started talking and we had a lot of things in common, and one thing led to another, and blah, blah. Let me tell you one thing about feelings. Now, I know it's a lot of people out there that don't believe in this astrology shit, and that's fine, but let me tell you one thing about feelings. Exactly. If you can sit down and think how your life would change if the person you're with all of a sudden left your life, it breaks your heart and scares you, then that's compassion. If you start thinking about and props, then that's materialistic attraction. Yeah, 100%. I don't think people realize that shit could change in an instant. And I'm not saying everyone that's in love with the materialistic shit doesn't have feelings for the actual person, because you could be blinded by all the materialistic shit until something happens and you're not a thing anymore. And then you're sitting there saying, fuck, how did this all go wrong? Yeah, the materialistic shit was nice, but like, I'm really fucking feeling this person. And I fucked it up because I got blinded by the materialistic shit. I got blinded by the trips. I got blinded by the shopping sprees. I got blinded by the cars and the nice places and the nice house. And I got blinded by all that. And like, I never told this person I appreciate them. I never showed them how much I cared about them. I never showed them any affection. Guess what? Materialistic shit goes away. Real love and compassion and feelings, yeah, sometimes they fade, but that's over time. I'm talking about 10, 15, maybe even 20 years later. Over time, that can fade. And that's just a probability, not a factual. But that materialistic attraction shit, that's gonna fade very quick. That's not a probability. That's a factual. That's gonna fade. Because you're gonna get everything you want. You're gonna get everything your heart desired. You're gonna get everything you dreamed of. And then what's next? You've gotten everything you fantasize about. You've gotten everything you wanted. You've gotten everything you've ever window shopped for. Now you could afford it. You have it. What's next? Everybody has to realize that yes, there's someone for everyone in this world, but not everyone is for everyone in this world. So just because you meet someone and you have some things in common, and you can laugh and you can joke and it feels right, the conversation flows. There's no awkwardness, there's no awkward silence, there's no, stutter. It just flows. Just because all that checks boxes doesn't mean that person's for you. You can meet a million people that you click with, doesn't mean they're for you. Someone I know who's married, soon to be divorced, in a materialistic marriage, the person they are with use them for benefits and traveling and money. The person I know is kinda heartbroken. The person they are gonna be divorcing don't care because she lied, cheated, and stole not only from the organization she once worked for, but to their partner. Damn. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So she married the guy for the materialistic aspect. And then once she got caught or once she got bored or whatever, shit changed. So now, boom, there goes divorce. And suddenly, one person's left wondering what the fuck went wrong. What did I do to deserve this? It's a fucked up feeling. It's a real fucked up feeling. I know that from experience. I go through it till this day. It's a real fucked up feeling. But what are you gonna do about it, right? To that person that you know, Redbeard, I don't know if he's into streaming, if he watches YouTube, if he watches Twitch, Twitter, even. I don't know. But to that person, stay strong, bro. There will be a light at the end of your tunnel. It may not seem like it will be, but it will be. Trust me. You will make it through this. You did everything you possibly could. You're a good dude. I don't know you, but from what was described, you're a good dude. Hang in there, bro. But now, they used to work together, they got married. At first, it was love, now it's regret and resentment. The partner lied and got out and is now financially set up the rest of their life. But they lied, cheated, and stole. Wow, that's that's crazy. It takes a real cold, calculated, heartless motherfucker to do some shit like that. Now I can get, I can understand, you know, stealing small amounts here and there or whatever, but to marry someone, steal so you're financially set, cheat, and do all that shit, that's calculating. That's cold. That's fucking mischievous. That's heartless actually. And the fact of the matter is simply this, right? You cannot. The person, in my opinion, lied to gain benefits she is nowhere near entitled to. Well, damn. That's fucked up. That's wow. See, and not to be sexist or whatever, and I hope no one takes this the wrong way, but this is why I say women are damn good liars, right? A woman can look you right in the face and lie to you, and it's gonna take you a little while to realize that she's lying. Not saying men are dumb, but at the same time, I feel like as time went on, men have become slightly more empathetic than women, right? Because women fuck you over and not give a fuck about it tomorrow. Men, however, they'll fuck you over it. They may not start showing that they give a fuck the next day or the next week or the next month, but eventually that shit's gonna start eating at them, right? And they're gonna be like, fuck, that person didn't deserve that. I don't think it's about gender. I think it's about how well someone can tell a story. It's about the person who is constructing the lie. Yeah, that's true too. That is true too. But at the same time, a woman that's lying will have a story so fucking tight that you wouldn't even think that there's a hole in it, right? Now, a guy will lie, and he'll have his friends cover for him and shit. But there's always something here he'll forget. He'll forget to delete a text. He'll forget to delete a call log or something. He'll leave his Facebook open. He'll leave his Instagram open. He'll leave his Twitter open, right? Women close all that shit and delete that shit before they even get home. Like the second something crossed their phone, they reply and delete that shit. And they say everything they need to say in that one text. And at the end of that text, don't text me back until I text you. And just delete that shit. This is not an assumption. This is factuals. This is something I experienced. But yeah. So I'm not saying men are dumb. Men are more careless than women, right? I don't like lying, man. If I get caught up in a situation, telling the truth is 10 times out of 10 will always yield a better result in the long term. Yeah, that's true. 100%. But I feel like a lot of females, not all, but a lot, feel like nowadays men are dumb. And they'll believe whatever a guy tells them. And like, it's just crazy to me because like, men are taught. Oh shit. Give me one second, guys. Sun's acting up. Hold on. Give me one second. All right, I'm back. Um, so here's the thing, right? I feel like women lie, and to make themselves feel better, they all use the same line, right? I lied to protect your feelings because knowing the truth is gonna hurt you worse than me lying. So me walking around thinking that we're good and we have a great relationship or we communicate well is gonna hurt less then you just coming to me telling me that we're not vibing the same and you found somebody else and you think you want to go that route. I mean, yeah, that shit's gonna sting, but at least I can, you know, go on with my life and say, okay, well, shit didn't work out, so now it's time to go back to the drawing board. Rather than me sitting here thinking everything's sweet, I'm at home chilling and you out with another guy. I'm thinking you're at work or I'm thinking you're out with friends, but you're out with another guy. How is that? How does that make sense that it's gonna hurt less? Finding out weeks later, days later, months later, years later, like makes no sense to me. But like I said, men lie too for some stupid reasons. You know, some men don't want to face the reality of what the woman's gonna say. Some men just don't give a fuck, just like some women don't give a fuck. But at the same time, it's all about communication, right? So they say. But there's some men that's uncommunicatable. There's some women that's uncommunicatable. To each his own, right? No one really wants to hear, I'm not in love with you anymore. No one really wants to hear, the feelings ain't there anymore. No one wants to hear it. But it's better to be heard than to be led on, right? So a lot of times when men and women break up, it's never really because they grew apart. It's because either the man or the woman found somebody else that they think is better and they want to explore that opportunity, right? Now, my question is it wrong that when that other situation doesn't work out the way they want, is it wrong for you to leave that person hanging? Regardless if it used to be your wife or if it was just your girlfriend or if you have kids together or you started a whole family and y'all was living together, and that's beside the point. Should you? Someone once told me a truthful tongue hurts, but a deceitful tongue kills. I like that shit. I like that shit. We gonna leave that up there for a couple minutes. So, like I was asking, is it wrong if you leave that person hanging if they try to come back, right? And I understand, matters of the heart is different to every person. Some people can just turn off their heart like that and not give a fuck. Some people have a harder time turning off their heart. Some people have a hard time turning off their brain. Some people have a hard time turning off both. Me, I'm more of a mental type person. I could turn my heart off like a light switch if I feel like you don't deserve it. But I'm going to constantly keep replaying the memories that we had together. I'm going to constantly keep playing the words you said. I'm going to constantly keep replaying every situation we've been a part of. Now, that for me is the hardest part, is turning off my brain. Because my brain works 24/7 all the time, even when I'm sleeping. My brain is going. So it's more of a mental thing for me. Emotional, I can turn the emotional off as quick as I turn it on. But the mental, eh, that's a little bit more different. That hits a little bit more different. But yeah, you know, everyone's different. To each his own. I personally feel, and I've always felt, that vanity shit, that was a terrible, terrible, terrible thing that people started. Because vanity always fades. If you can't look into your heart, if a person doesn't speak to your heart, speak to your soul, if you can't find yourself not wanting to spend a second without them, if you can't find yourself picturing your life without them, then what's the point of the vanity, right? Because the vanity is going to fade. And then what's left after that vanity is the personality, is the heart, is the soul. And if you can't connect to those things, if you can't look past the vanity and connect to those things, then you pretty much just wasted whatever time you spent with that person, whether it be weeks, months, days, years, centuries. You don't get that time back. So understand something. When you're trying to put your life together with someone, ask yourself three questions. Can I see myself without them? What would I do if I was ever without them? And does our souls connect? That's all you need to worry about. That vanity shit is not important. And honestly, that's it for this topic, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate everybody that was here. I appreciate the chatters, Redbeard as always, Blackout. Thank you. Um, I'm even gonna shout out the lurkers. Nathan, I appreciate you. Chevy, thank you. Um, and some other people that I can't pronounce their name, but I thank you all. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to send the love over to somebody that's streaming. I don't know who's streaming. Let me check. But before I do that, let's get some shout outs going. Redbeard, Blackout, always. The Truth Seekers. Um, Made to stand out. Appreciate you guys. Action Blacktop. Appreciate you guys. Uh, Swift Lifestyles. Appreciate you. Sundown City. Right there. See that? Sundown City. Go check the server out if you're into RP. Okay? I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Check the server out. New Truth Seekers December 2nd. Mark the calendars. Truth Seekers December 2nd. Mark it down. We coming to a stream near you. Um yeah. Sundown City. You guys got to check it out if you guys are in RP. I will not lie to you. They're not paying me for this endorsement. I am doing this because I truly believe in this server. So please, please, please go check it out if you're into RP. I know there's millions of servers out there and everything. The server's public. The economy is realistic. The staff is great. We're small. We're growing. But, like I said, the economy is great. The staff is great. It's more like a family there. Not like just people you RP with. So, go check them out. And with that said, I am going to send the love over to, let me see who is on. Uh, yeah. I am going to send the love over to Butterfly. So, thank you guys, and check Butterfly out. She's a great streamer, and hope you guys have a great night. December 2nd, Truth Seekers, we're coming at you. Appreciate you guys, and have a great night. Later.